So let's talk indoor security cameras for a second, because everyone wants the same thing, don't they? They want something they can stick in the corner of a room that gives a clear picture, covers the whole space, doesn't feel like a pain to use, and ideally doesn't lock you into one ecosystem forever. Well, this one here claims to be that all-in-one indoor setup. This is the Aqara G350 camera hub. At the moment, it's about $139.99 on Amazon, and that's not exactly cheap, but with an abundance of features like 9x zoom, 360 degrees of pan and tilt, AI auto tracking, facial and gesture recognition, and a bit more, it might actually be worth the money. I guess the best place to start is by unboxing it. Now unboxing, well, it's pretty simple really. You've got the camera itself, a power cable, and your basic paperwork. There's not really much else in here. It's not one of those massive full system boxes like outdoor kits, but it does feel like a more premium indoor camera compared to the super cheap ones on the market at the moment. And to be fair, the design is fairly friendly. It doesn't look aggressive, it looks like it belongs in a house rather than a warehouse. The silicone ears are removable, so if you don't like the look of them, you can actually get rid of them. But to be fair, if you're having it indoors, I think the theme kind of works. One thing I do like straight away is privacy is taken quite seriously here, because there is a physical privacy mode where the lens retracts and shields itself. So it's not just relying on software alone. If it's off, you can literally see it is off. Now I think what's great about a camera like this is you can place it pretty much anywhere. You can use it as a baby camera, a front door camera, a pet camera, and much more. It is quite versatile in that regard. Now installation, obviously it is an indoor camera, so you're not drilling holes unless you really want to. You can pretty much put this anywhere. This is more plug it in, put it somewhere sensible, and then adjust the angle in the app. And because it is a pan and tilt camera, you don't need the world's perfect placement. It can cover a full room as long as it's got a decent view. Throughout this video, I did place it in different spots just to get an idea of what it can actually achieve. But I think a lot of people might end up using this as more of an indoor security camera or even a baby monitor. It really depends what you're getting this for. So let's move on to setup. The best way to approach this is using the Aqara app first. Even if you plan to use it with Apple Home, Alexa, Google Home, or SmartThings later, you will need to use the app to set everything up. All you need to do is open the app, add the device, connect it to Wi-Fi, do any updates you need, and then add it into your smart home platform if you want to. It's really not a hard process, they have made it quite simple. It will do the installation process for you once you begin it. And once you're done, that's pretty much it. It's not difficult at all. Now I won't touch too much upon this because I do want to focus on just the camera, but the reason this camera is getting a lot of attention is it isn't just a camera, it's also a smart hub too. So if you're already using Aqara sensors, it can act as part of the setup and bring devices together. If you are the sort of person who's building a proper smart home setup, having fewer separate hubs is always a win. So if you do plan to use Aqara's ecosystem, there is plenty of devices there that you can actually connect directly up to this camera. Now day-to-day use, the camera experience in the app is actually really nice. It feels responsive and it's the kind of camera where you can check a room quickly, move the view, and not feel you're fighting it. I mean, you do need a good connection, and if your connection seems to drop, you will notice the camera stuttering. Luckily I do have a good Wi-Fi connection and everything seemed to work pretty well. Now where this camera gets interesting is the intelligence side. Aqara's big push is that a lot of detection happens locally on the device, so it can recognize things without needing to ship everything off to the cloud. As long as you put a memory card inside, everything will be recorded to that. That is certainly great for privacy, and it also usually means faster alerts. In use, the tracking is genuinely quite handy, especially for pets or kids. If they're moving around the room, it seems to keep up pretty well. If they're going quite fast, it will lag behind. But it will keep the subject in view rather than just letting them wander off screen. But I'll be honest, tracking is only as good as your room's setup. If the lighting is bad, or if people move fast behind furniture, it's not magic. It just won't keep up. But let's be honest, it is better than the basic motion box cameras on the market. It will ping on as soon as motion is detected, it will try its best to track them, and record everything to your local storage. I guess that's all we can ask for, really. Now, one thing I would say is go into the AI settings page once you set it up, because a lot of the detection stuff isn't always perfectly dialed in out of the box. You can toggle settings on and off, tweak what it actually reacts to, and it is worth spending a couple of minutes doing that so you're not either missing events or getting spammed constantly. It is also worth noting that some of the more advanced AI bits, like AI video search and AI video summarizes, are actually paid features, which is a bit of a shame. And if you want things like the more advanced detection options like gesture controls, car package detection, and fire detection, that also sits behind the lab subscription paywall as well. It's not the end of the world and it's not exactly expensive, but it is worth knowing before going in buying this. Nonetheless though, the camera is still very much usable without it. Within the playback menu, you can see where things have been detected and it will indicate what it thinks it has detected. So if it finds an animal, you'll get a clear indication of when that occurred. I actually like the way they've done the playback feature because everything is all in one page. You get to scroll through the timeline and see where exactly motion has been detected. As you can see, picture quality is strong in normal indoor lighting. It's crisp enough that you can actually tell what's going on in a room without squinting. And at nighttime, it usually uses invisible infrared rather than that obvious red glow. So it's not lighting up like a robot in the corner. I will say though, if you're someone who wants full color night vision, this probably isn't the one for you. But it will still pick up everything you need. From all the footage I've shown throughout the video, it's safe to say the image quality in day and night is pretty crisp. It's probably the strongest part of this camera. And because you've got 360 degrees of field of view, you aren't going to miss anything. Now, all in all, I describe the G350 as a really capable indoor camera. If you're already into Aqara products or you like the idea of one device doing multiple jobs, this makes a lot of sense. If you just want the simplest camera possible with everything perfectly exposed in every smart platform today, it's not quite there yet. And also, if some of those AI payable features are of interest to you and you don't want to have to actually pay for them monthly, it is worth noting about that too. Having said that though, as a smart home camera in 2026, this is genuinely one of the more interesting ones. And it feels like the kind of product that's going to get better with updates later on. At its current asking price, considering the quality, the motion abilities, and some of the free AI features already in it, this might be a genuinely good option.